Hi Hans, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, my name is Lucy, and today we're gonna discuss Jeffree Star Northen Light palette and holiday collection. We're gonna do some swatches, we're gonna do makeup, and we're gonna spill some tea. Oh, and by the way, ignore this little guy that decided to pop up during the night. Let's dig into this palette. It comes in a box like this with this icy, snowy mountains, and inside, wow, it's gonna be a shocker. You have a palette, you didn't expect that. And bam, here's the palette. I'm gonna swatch every single shade in a minute, but first let me just address elephant in the room. Fenty Chill Out palette. Before I got this, I thought they are gonna be quite similar because you have those blues, pinks, goldy, white shades, but when I see them together, you can clearly see those are totally different shades. So no tea there. Inside the Northern Light palette, you'll find 6 Supreme Frost highlighters. This is the new formula that Jeffree introduced earlier this year, and of course inspiration behind this was Northern Lights. I got my palette from Beauty Bay, and I have like a love-hate on and on relationship with Beauty Bay because my first few orders were super good. And then when Jeffree revealed his holiday collection with Alien palette, I was so excited to get this, and I wanted to order it as soon as possible to make a review for you guys. But when I went to Beauty Bay, they said it's pre-order and you have to wait around 3 weeks to get it, so I was super disappointed. But then we had the launch of Northern Lights, so of course I've ordered it as soon as possible, and it got to my house in less than 24 hours. I don't know how they did it, but they did it, so thank you Beauty Bay. But still some issues. Mine is broken here. Normally I would like complain and send it back, but because I want to film this as soon as possible, I guess I have to live with this. Before I got this palette, and because it's Jeffree, I was thinking about blocking my eyebrows and doing like a no brow makeup. So I asked you guys on Instagram what kind of makeup would you like to see, brows or no brows, and 73% of you said that you prefer the brow look, so brows are on. And for those sisters who voted no brows, don't worry, whenever I'm gonna have some free time, I'm gonna do like more creative look with this palette, but without my brows. Okay, enough of the chit chat, let's go to the palette. The one thing is, I think the shade Thawed Out and Arctic Sky, those are quite similar, at least on my skin. So instead of Thawed Out, I would prefer to see something like more gold brown shade, or to match the box, something like this kind of green shade. I know the green shade, it's not gonna be for everyone, but babes, you have a blue here, so it's rather for creative people. I'm gonna start with my Morphe Eyelid Primer because, you know, we want to have as much as a color payoff as we can get. So I'm gonna start with shade Thawed Out, and with my fluffy brush I'm gonna put this all over my lid. Ooh, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. And you can use this shade as a shimmery base whenever you wanna do like a sparkly makeup. And now with another Morphe M441 brush, I'm gonna go for this Below Freezing lovely blue shade. I cannot wait to use this. And put this on my crease. Okay, it's not as intensive as I was hoping to be. But to be fair, in his reveal video, Jeffree warned us this Below Freezing shade is more on the sheer side. But nevertheless, I would love to have that kind of metallic blue intensive shade for my eyes. So if you guys know where I can get that kind of eyeshadow, just let me know in the comment down below. Let's try this with a wet brush. A quick spritz of setting spray. And let's dig in. Ooh, yes, this is the kind of look I was talking about. Okay, with the wet flat brush below freezing is giving me a color. I love it. I hope you can see the difference on camera. On this, I use the flat wet brush M124, and on this side I went with a dry fluffy brush M441. As you can see, the difference is huge. So before you judge any eyeshadows or highlighters, just keep in mind that the technique that you are using is crucial for the final effect. I think it's enough of the blue. Now I'm gonna go back to the shade Toad Out and apply this a little bit below my eyebrows. And now I'm gonna come back to the fluffy brush, and with just a little bit of the blue shade I'm gonna go all over the edges to blend the shades a little bit, but not too much. With the flat fluffy brush and a little bit of setting spray, I'm gonna go to the shade Arctic Eyes and put this on my lower lash line. Okay, kind of pretty, but again, I want something more intensive. I know we are working with the highlights, not eyeshadows, but if we're gonna make a look, let's make a look. Fluffy brush, wet of course, and again, Arctic Sky, and pack this on my lower lash line. Ooh. Now she's icy. So far, Arctic Sky is my favorite shade from this palette, and I want to use it more, so I'm gonna cut my crease. Let me just grab my flat brush and concealer. I've packed Arctic Sky on my cut crease, and now with the M431 brush, I'm gonna go with Alaskan Sky and put this in my inner corner. Ooh, she's blinding. And this is like a lovely icy shade with a little bit of green blue color shift. Now I will do liner and lashes off camera, but when I will be back, we gonna do some highlight and discuss the whole holiday collection. I'm back, and I know you're probably thinking like, Lucy, what the hell? This is highlighter palette and you are giving us eye? Jeffree said this is eye safe, so I did an eye, but now I'm gonna do like a proper highlight. And I'm gonna dip in those two light shades, Frozen Gold and Anchorage. I'm gonna start with this one because this is calling my name from the beginning. Let me just grab my M501 brush and dip into this beauty. This is pretty. The shade Anchorage is a perfect highlight for any of you with my kind of pale skin tone because it's giving you a light, it's giving you a glow, but there isn't any kind of undertones that you don't already have on your skin, so it blends very nicely. And with the fan brush, I'm gonna blend it out a little bit and put this on my brow bones. And now I'm gonna dip into Frozen Gold and just top a little bit on the top of my cheek, on top of my cheekbones. Okay, this is blinding, so I'm not gonna put too much of it, just a little bit to amplify the glow even more, and maybe a little bit around my lips. We are glowing today. And let's grab the big brush and dip this in Anchorage and Frozen Gold and go a little bit on my shoulder. Okay, I think we are done with the highlights, and before we're gonna dip into the holiday collection, just a few last words about this palette. And to be fair, when I was ordering this, I wasn't 100% sure if I'm gonna be happy with this, but I was quite curious about the Below Freezing and Arctic Sky highlighters, because those are kind of my shades that you don't usually find in the highlighter palette. Rest of the shades are super lovely as well, but not as unique as those. As far as the formula goes, I'm gonna say those are quite comfortable, and as you could see on the swatches, well pigmented. Some of those, of course, are more on the sheer side, and some of them are more blending. But to be fair, who's gonna wear super intense blue highlighter? Probably no one. And as you can see on my eyes, if you want to go for that intensive blue, just go with a flat wet brush and you can have this intense color payoff. Overall, I think this palette isn't for makeup beginners, because probably they would use only 2 or 3 shades out of this palette. But if you are a little bit more creative, a little bit more adventurous, and you want to have something unique and create more interesting makeups, go with this one. And now let's dig into the holiday collection. I already told you that I wasn't able to order the Alien palette on the day of the launch, but I've managed to order a few things from holiday collection. One of those is Salted Caramel Lip Scrub. I haven't used lip scrub from Jeffree Star before. I'm quite excited to see how it works. Oh, the packaging is super lovely. It really looks like a frozen snow in the sunlight. Let's open this one. Oh, I don't know why, but the salted caramel smell is so relaxing for me. Okay, let's give it a dip. Yummy! Okay. Honestly, I'm gonna put this in my bag, and whenever I'm gonna crave some sweets, I'm just gonna do a lip scrub, and it's not gonna be against my diet because it's a beauty treatment, not a sweet. And I also got Velour liquid lipstick in shade Can't Relate. I've tried this formula before and it's super comfortable on the lips. I was missing a matte nude that's gonna look good with my pale skin tone, and on the pictures it looked like something that can work. Recently, I don't know why, every single brand that is doing nude lipstick is going for a quite darker shade. So with my pale skin, it looks like a medium brown. Ooh. Okay, I think this shade is quite nice nude even for my skin tone. And what I like about the Jeffree's Velour liquid lipstick is the formula. It's so creamy and comfortable. It's not as drying as normal matte lipstick. And just one dip is enough to cover all your lips. The last thing I've got from the holiday collection is lip ammunition in shade Alien Tears, and this was also on the pre-order when the collection launched, but I decided to go for it when I was ordering Northern Lights. I haven't tried this formula before, so I'm very curious how it will work, and I saw on the Jeffree video that he applied this on top of his matte lipstick, so I'm gonna do the same. This is lovely. This brings so much light into your lips, so they will appear bigger. It works lovely as a lip topper. It brings more dimension into your lips, and because this is iridescent shade, I think it would work on its own, especially when you're gonna go with the makeup no makeup thing. Okay, and now let's dim the lights, and I'm gonna show you those highlights in Northern Lights. Thanks, Hans, for being here with me. I hope you enjoyed this one. And before you leave, just make sure to click this subscribe button over there, because in the next video, I'm gonna have a giveaway, so you don't want to miss that. Bye!